Shabbat Shalom, everybody. Do you like the chairs? Good. I want to say Shabbat Shalom to our friends on Zoom. Shabbat Shalom, friends on Zoom. Just want to tell you that I'm delighted that you're here. Chase, Vivian, and Amelia are very happy that you're here. We'd like to just kind of begin with a song to kind of get us into the state of this particular Shabbat called Open Up Our Eyes. And I'd like you to turn, please, in your Siddur to page 677. $677 at the top. Page 677. Open up our eyes, teach us how to live, fill our hearts with joy and all the love you have to give. Gather us in peace as you lead us to your name, and we will know that you are one. Let's try that again. Open up our eyes, teach us how to live, fill our hearts with joy and all the love you have to give. Gather us in peace as you lead us to your name, and we will know that you are one. And we will know that you are one. And we will know that you are one. So I'm hoping that you all took a text and a marker from outside. Did you all take a text and a marker? Yes? Okay. I'm not sure what we're supposed to do with it. Chase, will you share with us what we're doing?
Hi, welcome. Shabbat Shalom. It's amazing. I'm really happy to be here, and thank you all for coming. What we're going to be doing right now is called a soul poem in Rabbi Nancy's words. In school, they call it blackout poems for us. But you have some text in front of you. We're going to give you about 5.5 minutes.
Yeah, so, what do I do with the marker?
Well, you're going to black out. Well, first you're going to read it over and find words that speak to you. And then you're going to try to find about a sentence of specific words that have some meaning and form a sentence that's grammatically, it can be grammatically incorrect, but you're going to black out every other word instead of those words in the order. For example, if it's like, I can't give an example, but if you read the text, just find words that have specific meanings to you, black out the other ones, and in the end it should come out to a sentence that has a meaning right here. So yeah, I love doing these, and I hope you guys enjoy them as much as I do. So, thank you.
I know you're enjoying this experience. Is it frustrating or is it interesting? This is the second time I've done it, and it's easier the second time. But for right now, please take your right hand and just pat yourself on the shoulder and said, I just did something I probably have never done before, and I feel pretty good about I tried. Okay, it's good. Go easy with yourself. Just put it under your chair for now. Roberta, would you lower one of the lights or two in the back? And we would love it if anyone who is interested would come up and light Shabbat candles, and the Confirmants will light their candles up here. No, not till later. Okay, put it under your.
I'm kind of screwed.
So if I would like to invite all of you to come up and to light a candle, and then we'll do the bracha together on page 120. Please come on up and light a candle. Please come up and light a candle. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat. Amen. Shabbat Shalom. Please be seated. Yeah, introduce this one.
In our confirmation class this year, we explored various world religions. Our first class of the month was learning about a specific religion, and the second was to have a faith field trip. At each place, they would take us on a tour, give us a history about their religion, and answer any questions we had. Sometimes the places also had other teens that we could talk with.
First, we visited the Buddhist community where we took off our shoes and practiced the meditation on cushions for about 10 minutes. Then we spent time with the Muslim community where we also took off our shoes and wore head coverings. Beforehand, we ate pizza with the Muslim teen group. We also had a chance to visit a spiritual art center where we silently created our own personal soul collage. We explored the Sikh community where we wore head coverings and took off our shoes. Then we ate a vegetarian meal. We visited the Church of Latter-day Saints where we talked with their youth group, asking questions back and forth. Lastly, we had a chance to visit Chabad where we got to see their mikveh, a beautiful ritual bath, and met with Rabbi Sandini. Through these trips to different worship places, I found a lot of similarities. We all want people to be happy. Everyone is different and unique in their own way, and that differences are a good thing. Underneath the differences, we are all the same.
Please turn to page 142.
142.
Page 138.
Dodi likrat kala, B'nai Shabbat nikavela. 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 Shamor v'zachor v'dibur echad, Ishmi'anu el Amukad, Adonai echad u'shmo echad, T'Shem v'Nimah. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, B'nai Shabbat nikavela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, B'nai Shabbat nikavela. Likrat Shabbat lechu v'necha, Ki mikor ha'bracha, V'rosh mikideh nesua, Sof ma'aseh u'masha'ila. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, B'nai Shabbat nikavela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, B'nai Shabbat nikavela. Ki va'orech u'me'ori, doti likras kala. Lecha doti likras kala. Shabbat Bela. Ovi v'shalom ateret ma'ala. Gam misima v'to'ala. Tov enei am sekula. Ovi kala v'shalom. Lecha doti likras kala. Shabbat Bela. Lecha doti likras kala. Shabbat Bela.
Vivian leads Chatzi Kaddish. The rest of you sit down. Please give the page number 144.
Page 144. Yitgadal v'yitgadash shmei Rabba. Ba'alma divrach yirte v'yanlich machute. Chayechon uv'yomechon uv'chayeta chol beit Yisrael. Bagala, bagala, uv'izman kariv. V'yimeru amen. Yehi shmei Rabba mevora. La'alam ul'almei almaya. Yitbarach, Yitbarach, Vishtabach, Vitpa'ar, Vitraman, Vitnaseh, Vitadar, Vitale, Vitala, Shemei, Kedusha, Brechu, Le'ela, Mikom Birchata, Vashirata, Tushbechata, Vanechemata, Dami, Rabbi Amal, Ve'imeru, Amen. Please turn the page to 146. La 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 la. La 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 la.
Please be seated.
Everyone experiences nature every day. Whether it's hearing a bird chirp, seeing the trees, or hearing the wind, it's all there. What you might not notice, though, is that it all connects and interacts with each other. The birds fly together, the squirrels eat the birdseed that the birds drop, bees pollinate the flowers, and hummingbirds drink the nectar. It all seamlessly intertwines, and we don't even realize it.
Thank you. Chase, Marie Barbeau.
Blessed are you, right?
Page.
Please turn to page 148. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, ruler of the universe, who speaks the evening into being, skillfully opens the gates, thoughtfully alters the time and changes the seasons, and arranges the stars in their heavenly courses according to plan. You are creator of day and night, rolling light away from darkness and darkness from light, transforming day into night and distinguishing one from the other. Adonai Tzevaot is your name, ever-living God. May you reign continually over us into eternity. Blessed are you, Adonai, who brings us on evening. Baruch atah Adonai hama ariv aravim. Amen.
Page 150. But first,
Yeah.
slowly into the mic.
Okay.
Into the mic.
My Jewish identity is something with which I resonate very deeply with. I tend to hear a lot of things about Judaism, whether that be at school or at home, and I'm grateful to know that I am not alone. I know that I have a community that I can securely fall back upon. I love being Jewish. At the same time, being Jewish, as in going to services, wasn't so easy for me. In fact, when I was little, maybe 8 or 9, I dreaded going to Friday night services. It was too long, too late at night, and I had to dress up fancily. However, right in the middle of the pandemic, when things were super chaotic, I found myself deeply missing the people, the music, and the overall welcoming nature of the synagogue. I remember I would hum the tunes to a lot of the prayers while waiting for my class's Zoom meetings to start. Maybe COVID prevented us from coming to services to sing together, but the prayers and the melodies never left me. Of the 10 commandments, the one that I feel most connected to is the fourth one, keep Shabbat. During Shabbat, it's important to take a step back and appreciate the little things in life, no matter how tiny they can be. To be in a state of mind that says, this is good, instead of, this is lacking. The fourth commandment says, remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. By following this commandment, we set aside time for ourselves instead of being run by time. Instead of being like a hamster on a wheel, Shabbat invites us to press the pause button after a long week. We can start with just the beginning of lighting Shabbat candles, or as big as taking the whole day off just to do easy things like rest, eat meals with family or friends, and appreciate the gift of life. Remembering Shabbat is such a great part of Judaism. Our religion made a commandment to tell us to take a step back, appreciate things, and let our cup be at least half full, if not more. Having one day like Shabbat makes the rest of the week feel all the more better. Life is busy, I know, and I feel like I'm always busy, and there aren't a lot of breaks to be able to slow down. But this summer, my family and I are visiting Israel, and I'm excited to see what Shabbat means there, when people really slow down and take it easily. I hope that one day my Shabbat practice grows. For now, it makes me proud just to know that Shabbat, songs, family, and community are all part of my heritage. Page 150. Ahavat olam. Page 150. Torah u'mitzvot, Chuki u'mishpatim, Otanu limadita. Alkeinu Adonai Eloheinu v'shachbenu, U'kinu nasiach l'necha, V'nismach b'divrei Toratecha, U'mitzvotecha le'olam ha'ed. Ki hem chayeinu, Ve'orech yameinu, U'vagem b'yom v'layla, B'yom v'layla. Al tasir v'megnu le'olamim, Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev amo Yisrael, Ohev amo Yisrael.
I made it about the whole thing.
Shema
Yisrael,
Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Please be seated.
I would like have you guys have a seat. You know, we have some adults that are becoming, but anyway. mitzvah. And so they really want to come up and chant V'ahavta on page 154. And so because they want to so badly, I will let them.
There you go.
1, 2, 3. V'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'kol levavka u'b'kol nafsheka u'b'kol me'odecha v'hayu hadvarim ha'eleh asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha V'shinatam levaneka, v'dibarta ba'am, v'shiftecha beveteka, u'lefteka v'derek, u'shoftecha u'kumeka, u'shabtam leot alegadeka, v'hayu totefot beineineka, u'ftaftam Almuzazo beteka uvishareka leman tiskeru va'atzitem echol mitzvotai v'yitem kiddushim Elohim Ani Adonai Elohim asher hotzei v'yetem me'eretz Mitzrayim lihot lachem le'Elohim Ani Adonai Elohim, Adonai Elohim, Emet.
Thank you very much. Can you guys go on this side? Too many letters. Yes, sir. Come up. Chase Freedom. Page 158, after Chase's words.
All right, awaken to freedom. When we're constricted, there's no room left to feel emotion. We're hopeful because we're focused, but inside this stress, we never notice that the people here around us really tend to be the closest when we can look to one another, and each other's doors are all open. When we're constricted, we're blind to the violence we inspire. You don't have to be unique to see that's not what we desire. We see children fighting and working long, hard days just to fuel a country's fire. Every day, these humans wake up and wish their pain would just retire. When we're constricted, we're not free, as if everything were trapped. Living our life for a destination, but thinking that we have to use a set map. No, you don't. Go make a path. Embrace the fact we're free. Go out and see what the world holds for you. Believe. Much our tunnel vision has constricted what we're really meant to do. Go out in the world with the mindset that we live next to everybody. And to do that, you got to be true to you. Thank you. Eli Madonna, mi hamocha ha'ir hakodesh. No ratehilos, o sefele. No ratehilos, o sefele. Ni utecha, utecha. Hayam livnei mo'amuram ze'ilan le'amu Adonai yimloch Adonai yimloch le'olam ba'ed.
Whenever the question, what does being Jewish mean to me, is asked, I would always respond with, it means I'm kind, considerate, empathic, honest, and open. It's more of a feeling than anything. I was never interested in the technical stuff of Judaism. However, upon looking at the 10 Commandments, something stood out to me. You shall not murder. Probably when first thinking of it, it means don't murder another human. But who are we to interpret it? What if God meant, you shall not murder any living being? Not just humans, but animals too. Studies have shown that pigs are as smart as dogs, yet a lot of people consider them food. Mother cows cry after their calves are taken away, but 95,000 cows are killed daily in the U.S. alone. I became vegan when I was 7, and the more I researched and learned about the process, the more I was appalled. I never understood why some people couldn't connect with a cow or pig like they could a dog or cat. My thought process was that those kinds of animals have feelings just like us. It's only because humans consider themselves superior that we don't consider what goes through an animal's mind before it's slaughtered. I think that more can be done to stop the killing of innocent animals just for food. That is the reason the commandment, you shall not murder, speaks to me the most. In this world, lo tirtzah, do not murder, is not something we should take for granted. It is something essential to our lives and something that comes back to the question, what does it mean to be Jewish? For me, it means to be compassionate to all living beings and stand up for those who don't have the power to stand up for themselves.
So I'm going to ask you who have a talit to come down and find one tall person to hold the other side and put about 6 people underneath with you, and you do the same. Come out, share your talit as a sense of protection. You know how that works? Okay, so you're tall, so you hold one side, and we'd like you to move over here so that everybody gets under on that side, and you go over on this side for your mom. Please make sure you're under a talit. Please be under a talit. Please find your way under a talit. Under a talit, everyone. Under a talit. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu, l'shalom, l'shalom, v'hamidenu makenu l'chayim. Ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha, ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha. Amen. Shelter us beneath thy wings, O Adonai. Guard us from all. Guard us from all harmful things. O Adonai, keep us safe. Keep us safe throughout the night till we wake. Till we wake at morning's light. Teach us, Eli. Teach us, Eli, wrong from right. Amen. 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 Smile at the people you shared that moment with as we return our talises to their shoulders and we prepare for Vishamru on page 162. Confirmants, please come and lead it. Have a seat.
Turn to page 162, please.
Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, lasot et ha-Shabbat l'dorotam u'rit olam. Vishamru b'nei Yisrael
Yisrael et HaShabbat, לעשות את השבת לדורתם ברית עולם. בני ישראל, אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורתם ברית עולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני, עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורתם ברית עולם. וביום השביעי אסור בנפש, שבת בנפש, שבת בנפש. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורתם ברית עולם.
Please turn to page 164. 164.
Please stand.
Adonai sifatai tifta ulufia gitani lazecha. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu Elohei Avotinu Bimotenu Elohei Avraham Elohei Yitzhak Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Rachel Elohei Leah Ha'el HaGadol HaGibor V'Hanura El Elyon Gomer Chasadim Tovim וקונה החול, וזוכר חסדי אבות ואימהות, ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם, למען שמו ויעבד. מלך עוזר הושיע ומגן. ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן העם בעזרת שרה. אתה גיבור ללא מתנאי, מחיי ביתי מטרה והושיע. מורי הטל, מחלל חיים בחסד, מחיי מתים ברחמים, סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו בשני עפר, מי כמוך בעל גבורות, ומי דומה לך, מלך מביט ומחיה, ומצמיח ישועה, ונאמנתה למיותתים. ברוך אתה אדוני, מחיה המתים. אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, וקדושים בכל יום ידעו חסדה. ברוך אתה אדוני, האל הקדוש.
Please be seated.
All right. So as Vivian mentioned earlier, we went to multiple other places of worship, and I would just like to share my experience of the teachings of Islam and how all cultures bring peace. The teachings of Islam invite people to live a peaceful life based on theism, justice, and purity. Therefore, peace in Islam is an eternal constitution. Even the nature of war in Islam is a defensive one, not an offensive one, because the principle of Islam is peace and coexistence, not conflict and violence. During our visit, we learned that salam means peace, and personally, I learned that shoes on or off, on your feet or on your knees, whether the sexes together or separate, everyone is just as welcoming and inviting as the next. And that even though I keep my socks on while praying, I have the utmost respect for the teachings of Islam. And now I see the teachings of their culture, and I don't know, there's many stereotypes on Islamic people, and I don't know, it was very enlightening to see who they really are. And I love everyone from Islam now, so that's my experience. Thank you.
We can never obtain peace in the outer world until we make peace with ourselves. Buddhism envisions peace as an inner state of mental tranquility which spreads outward. When entering the Kim Kwang Temple, a sense of peace is felt. The word for peace in Buddhism is shanti. Buddhists believe that human life is one of suffering and that meditation, spiritual and physical labor, and good behavior are the ways to achieve enlightenment or nirvana. They also believe in nonviolence, a way of life devoid of all extremes of passion like anger, conflict, happiness, and pain. The surrounding nature and statues were all explained to us, starting with Buddha and many others like Tara, who had many different forms. Buddhists do not eat meat because it would require killing, so they consume a vegetarian diet. We were then taught about some different traditions and meditations, and then got to experience the meditation ourselves. We were instructed to sit on small cushions and keep our eyes closed and focus on our breathing for 5 minutes. The point was to achieve clarity and peace within.
When we entered the Sikh temple, the Gurdwara, it was welcoming and peaceful. In the Sikh religion, Sikhism, peace means that no one is my enemy, no one is a foreigner. With all I am at peace. God within us renders us incapable of hate and prejudice. Peace helps us live our lives with less stress and hateful ideas. Sikhs do a lot to foster peace in the community through seva, which means selfless service. They do things such as working at food banks and donating to charities. When we were there, we noticed that they wore silver bracelets representing an unbreakable commitment to God. They generously offered us one. Sikhs are known for sharing food to large quantities of people. While we were there, we had the chance to eat the savory vegetarian Indian food. I admire Sikhism's promotion of peace through compassion and hard work. Shalom Al Yisrael Amka Tasim Leolam. Shalom Al Yisrael Amka Tasim Leolam. Ki Atahu Melech Hadom Lechol HaShalom. Ki Atahu Melech Hadom
le'olam. Shalom Rab al Yisrael Amcha Tasim le'olam. B'tov beinecha livarech et amcha Yisrael b'chol עת ובכל שעה בשלומך. Shalom Rab Yisrael Amcha Tasim le'olam. Shalom Rab Yisrael Amcha Tasim le'olam. Tasim le'olam. Tasim le'olam.
The Hebrew word Torah literally means direction or instruction. The Torah is and has been a guide in many aspects of my life. I feel close to the Jewish community because we follow the same guidance. We might interpret them differently, however, the essential themes unite us. For example, the commandments regarding kashrut tell me to be conscious of the food I eat. The Torah also talks about many celebrations and holidays. Shabbat, for example, we as a Jewish community celebrate it weekly. We sing and light candles, bringing us all together. My favorite holiday is Sukkot because my dad puts together a beautiful sukkah and we celebrate by inviting guests over every evening of that week. This holiday also represents the Jews wandering in the desert for 40 years. There are many other things in the Torah about how we treat the immigrant, how our beautiful world came to be. The guidance about food, Shabbat, and Sukkot stand out to me the most.
At this point, I would like to invite moms and moms and dads, if they're both here, to please come up on the bima to give your child the Torah. Can I grab one more? Roberta, dear, can you grab a couple of taluses, please? Page 362. You guys, you're gonna open it. Page 362. Ein kamocha v'Elohim Adonai, v'yein k'ma'asecha, malchutecha malchut olamim, u'memshatecha b'chol dor v'dor. Adonai melech, Adonai mola, Adonai himlo, le'olam va'ed. Adonai ozem lo yitein, Adonai yivarena et amo b'shalom. Av harachamim, heitiva v'rtzonecha et Zion. Tivnei chomot Yerushalayim, ki lecha levad matachnu, melech elram v'nisa adon olamim. Take a moment just to smile at your grandson, your child. We sing together, Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Echad Eloheinu, Gadol Adonai, Kadosh Shemo. We face the ark and we lean in just a little bit. Gadol Adonai, Confirmation students, take a little walk. Smile at your folks. And folks, go back to Lecha Adonai Hagidu. Walk around. Ki ho bashamayim uvares, ki ho bashamayim uvares, lecha Adonai hamlacha, v'yamid nahaseh lechol lerosh, al shlosha divarim, al shlosha divarim. Al shlosha divarim ha'olam omed. Al shlosha divarim, al shlosha divarim, al shlosha divarim ha'olam omed. Al haTorah ve'al ha'avodah ve'al gemilut chasadim. 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 So, first reader, so you guys have a seat.
They could be the first reader.
How was it to give him the Torah again? Nice, right? So it is customary. Last night was was the beginning of Shavuot, the holiday where we received the 10 Commandments, and you see that there's flowers, which is why we have so many flowers. The very beautiful ones that Marianne gave to our confirmants. We're very grateful for that. It's in the spirit of confirmation, in the spirit of Shavuot. And so the 10 Commandments are what we're going to be hearing this evening. So let's just see what 10 of the 10 you remember, just for fun. Give me a commandment. Donna, give me a commandment. Woo! Yes, yeah. Anybody have another one? That would be one. Yeah. Don't murder. That would be another one. Yep, that's another one. That's another one. Your neighbor's nothing, right? 5, yep. What else? Keep the Sabbath. Did we already do that one? Okay, so keep the Sabbath. What's that? That we got that one. Something about marriage and being, you know what I'm saying? And no adultery. Okay, yeah, got that one. What else? You're missing some. The language is, that's actually beautiful and touches me deeply, not one of the 10, sorry. But what Marianne was saying was about bearing false witness, which is the lying one. Mm-hmm. Don't take God's name in vain. Beautiful. Seems to me that we're missing one, but what's that? We got steal, we got covet, Sabbath, honor father and mother, don't swear, bear faultness, don't murder. I think we're good. Okay, got them. So our first Torah chanter is Chase, and I'm going to invite his mom and grandpa to come up, and grandma, whoever would like to come up for an aliyah to bless the Torah. The whole family. That would be Peyton, that would be Aunt too. Everybody up. The whole mishpacha. And I'll give you, I'm going to show you where you are. So you got to get on. Okay, so let's get your names. You think for a second. What is my Hebrew name? Okay. Yamdu, Shimon, Rivka, Sarah, Peyton. What's your Hebrew name? Shoshana, levarech et haTorah. So I'm going to invite you to designate somebody to be the one. So connect in with him, and then you put the tzitzit right there. Okay? And then pass that energy down to everybody else. Baruch Hu.
Baruch Adonai.
Baruch Adonai Hambur. Ready, go. Baruch
Baruch Adonai. Le'olam.
Baruch Adonai Le'olam V'Olam.
Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bahar banu mikol amim v'natan lanu et torato. Baruch Atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Amen. Vaydaber Elohim et kol hadvarim ha'ele lemor. Anochi Adonai Elohecha asher hotzeiticha me'eretz Mitzrayim mi beit avadim lo yichye lecha Elohim oharim al panai lo ta'aseh lecha pesel v'chol timuna asher b'shamayim mima'al va'asher ba'aretz mitachat va'asher b'mayim mitachat la'aretz.
Beautiful.
Amen.
Keep it right there. That was beautiful.
Baruch Adonai. Are you done?
Yes, we're done.
Okay. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu et Torah emet v'hayei olam natan b'tochenu. Baruch Atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Mishaberach Avotenu, Abraham, Yitzchak, v'Yaakov, v'Imotenu, Sarah, Rivka, Rachel, v'Leah. May God continue to bless you from the inside, keep you strong, protect you from the outside, keep you safe, and fill you with the hope and possibility that exists. May you be blessed with peace and much pride in this young man. Amen.
Amen.
So please come on this side and stand over by the stand there. Who's our next Torah interpreter?
I do not know. Lo ta'aseta.
Who's next? Okay, you go stand with your folks.
Oh, right.
We'd like to invite everybody from the SWAT team that feels that they can come on up. Please do. So as they're getting it together, I'll just read you what he said. God spoke all these words, saying, I am Adonai your God, who brought you out of the land of Egypt, the house of bondage. You will have no other gods beside me. You shall not make yourself a sculptured image or any likeness of what is in the heavens above and the earth below or in the waters under the earth. So I'm just going to ask your names. Yamdu, Rachel, Eliyahu, Elit, Steve,
Shlomo,
Shoshana,
Yaakov.
Yaakov, Levarech et haTorah.
Baruch et Adonai Hamborah.
Baruch Adonai Hambarach Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hamborah Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch Atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Lo tishtacha velahem velo te'odem ki anochi Adonai Elohecha Elkanah Poker avon avot al banim al shileshim v'al ribeim l'sonai ve'oseh chesed la'alafim la'on havai u'shomrei mitzotai lo tisa et shem Adonai Elohecha la'ashav ki lo yinakeh Adonai et asher Yisa et Shemo la-shav, Zachor et Yom HaShabbat la-kodsho, Shesh yet yamim tavod, ve'asita kol melachtecha.
Keep your spot right there.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Asher natan lanu Torat emet v'chaye olam nata b'tochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Misha Berach Avotenu Avraham Yitzchak v'Yaakov v'Imotenu Sarah Rivka Rachel v'Leah. May God bless you, keep you strong on the inside, give you hope and joy, protect you, fill you with potential and hope. And I just want to take this opportunity to bless you on your upcoming trip to Israel. May that be so sweet and so wonderful. So proud of all of you and of this one. Amen. So we're going to invite you to come off. Davima, thank you. If your grandma wants to sit that way.
Yeah,
okay?
that's good too.
It's really okay. And we invite the rest of you to come on this side if you don't mind, if you're able to. Thank you.
Right, you got it?
So I'd like to welcome your mom and dad to come up. They love you, they're so proud of you, and they represent your sister and your grandma and everybody else who's here too. So here's the, just for a second, what did the last one say? I'm glad you asked. You shall not bow down to them or serve them. I am the Lord your God. I am an impassioned God, visiting the guilt of the parents upon the children, upon the third and upon the fourth generations. That's really tough. Those who reject me, but showing kindness to the thousandth generation of those who love me and keep my ways. You shall not swear falsely by the name of God, for God will not clear one who swears falsely by God's name. Remember the Sabbath day and keep it holy. 6 days shall you labor and do all your work. So, Yamdu Devorah v'Matatyahu Livarechet HaTorah. I'm going to find your spot right here.
Baruch hu et
No,
Adonai.
they get you. Ready? You get, yeah. Thank you.
Baruch hu et Adonai Hamvorach.
Baruch Adonai Hamvarach Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim, v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Amen. Vayom hashvi'i Shabbat l'Adonai Elohecha. Lo ta'aseh chol melacha, ata uvinecha uvitecha, avdecha ubenata, va'amatecha, uvchemtecha, v'gercha, asher bisharecha. Ki shetet yamim asa Adonai, et hashamayim ve'et ha'aretz, et hayam ve'et kol asher bam, Vayanach bayom hashvi'i alkein beirach Adonai et yom hashabbat vayikadshechu kabed et avicha ve'et imecha lema'an yarichun yamecha al ha'adama asher Adonai Elohecha noten lach. Lo tirtzach, lo tin'af, lo tignov, lo nevere ha'ed shaker. Lo tachmod beit re'echa, lo tachmod eshet re'echa. V'avdo ve'amatoro, v'shoro ve'amoro, v'chol asher l're'echa.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torat emet, v'chaye olam nata b'tochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Mishaberach Chavatina Avraham Yitzchak v'Yaakov v'Imotenu Sarah Rivka Rachel v'Leah. May the Holy One, may the energy of the universe that blessed all those who came before you in your families and before them too. Bless you, keep you strong on the inside, keep you safe on the outside, keep you content, keep you looking for hope and possibility, and keep you so satisfied with the beautiful children and your own lives. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Okay. So families can go. Sit down, please. Let's turn in our Siddur to page 371. While Jeff plays beautifully on his incredible instruments, I ask you to think about anyone that you're praying for who's in need of healing. We send our love as well to Penny Clark, Janice Schulman, Sandy Lewin, John Noxon, Faith Gobuddy, Meredith Rosenberg, Carol Wismiller, Jerry Steinke, Sandra Albert, Bill Roselle, Mark Snyder, Celia Kessler, Macy Linder, Jean Beeman, Harriet Baum, John Noxon, Deborah Marcus, Matt Drake, and Sarah Durand. Misha Beirach Haima Vanotenu Mekor Habracha Leimaotenu. May the source of strength who bless the ones before us help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Misha Beirach Imotenu Mekor Habracha Lavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen. Yamod Hagba with Yamod Glila. Eli and Jeff.
Please rise.
Bezot HaTorah asher sam Moshe lifnei bnei Yisrael al pi Adonai b'yad Moshe. Bezot HaTorah asher sam Moshe Bezot HaTorah Bezot HaTorah asher sam Moshe Bezot HaTorah al pi Adonai b'yad Moshe Bezot HaTorah al pi Adonai b'yad Moshe Bezot HaTorah Bezot HaTorah asher sam Moshe Bezot HaTorah Bezot HaTorah asher sam Moshe Bezot HaTorah. Eli, you have one more thing to do of putting the crown on. This is a very special day for Eli. Today is his 18th birthday. So we are very grateful to see you putting the crown on the Torah as we honor you. I've known him since he's been 8 days old. Yeah. Yom Huledet Sameach, Yom Huledet Sameach, Yom Huledet Sameach. Yom Huledet Sameach. Happy birthday, Eli. We love you. We appreciate you. Your shofar blowing is amazing. It's Chaim Hi Lamachzikim Ba V'tochecha Verusha V'rachecha Darchecha Olam V'cha Netivotecha Shalom Hashivenu Adonai Elecha v'nashuva Chadesh Yameinu kekedem. This is when we would like you to reach underneath your chair and take out your soul poems. The part, what do you call them?
Blackout.
The blackout poems, soul poems. Did you guys have one too? Did you guys bring yours?
Well, I did bring mine.
Would you share it?
Sure, it's in my red folder.
Okay. So what we'd like you to do is just hear what Chase did with his.
Yes.
And then we would like you to take a minute just to share with the person next to you. Or if you don't have a person next to you, get to somebody next to you and share your poem. See what came out. Okay? So first we'll hear what Chase did with his.
Mine is simple. I got the one with Iowa's journalism program. But everything is blacked out except for the message. Before her existence, she wanted the future. Her voice, fresh and new, made sure that everyone would be able to find her easily. So that's what I did with mine in a short 5 minutes. But
So please take a few moments to share your poem with the person next to you.
I think that we should volunteer one person to share theirs. Can I do that?
Let them share it first.
I know, but can I do that?
Can you ask? Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's
And then am I reading next? About honor thy father and my mother? Yeah.
so just give them a second.
Yeah. Sorry.
They're so happy to read.
Huh?
They're happy to read.
I know. I know, I was just wondering. All right. I'm sure there were some amazing ones out there, and I want to take one volunteer with a rule. You have to volunteer your partner if it spoke to you too. And I would like someone to volunteer something that they heard that was good. So, oh, of course. Yeah, so what did you guys hear? Or who would like to say theirs? Oh my gosh. I mean, Ampa, you looked pretty excited about. Oh, come on, Rara.
So tell us which one you did, and then, no, go to the mic.
Which passage you got?
This is the before entering Iowa's journalism program. Yeah, that's okay. Before entering the big city, perhaps her newspaper had not been all she'd hoped for. Certainly she longed for a small town America. No doubt she thought it would make sense to have contacts in New York before throwing herself on its mercies like so.
Are you reading your poem?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So many young women before her had, and as she was eager to end stories if she wanted, she did. I may be able to, come July, on her way home from Europe. She stopped off in New York and met with Stratmeyer. His impression of her must have solidified a promise of eventual, immediate offer. She made sure that he would be able to find her easily. Just a few days later, he wrote to ask her if.
Thank you.
I think I did it wrong,
Thank
though.
you. You did it perfect.
No, I did.
Beautiful. Sharon, did you know that? I did, but I'm going to make one up on my way to the meeting.
Because, that's what you do.
Sharon,
So I basically blocked out, I did the words, and so I'm going to try to make that sentence now. So journalism is laboring to move through duties and hope and existence and doubt with contacts and mercies, eager for books and stories. Interest in the future to encourage an impression, to encourage home, an impression of persons, a belief in voice, a promise, and a backup plan. She made sure to send Stratmeyer her new address in Iowa City so that he would be able to find her easily.
lovely. Thank you. Thank you for sharing.
Right. Those are beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I'd like to shout you out before I start. I've been making eye contact with you through all my prayers, and you've been smiling under the mask. I know I see it, but that one commandment you said, honor thy father and thy mother, really, it's the one that I appreciate the most, so I'm going to talk about that for a couple minutes. Of the 10 commandments, the one that feels most relevant in my life has to do with the 5th commandment about honoring my father and my mother, and that our days be long on earth. The Hebrew says, Kibud et avicha ve'et emecha. The V means and. We notice that the commandment states, honor your father and your mother. It does not say, Kibud et avicham ha'im emecha, which would be honor your father with your mother. This distinction tells us to look at each parent and see them for who they are as individuals. I see half of myself in both of my parents' eyes. I've learned that perhaps they were not meant to be together. However, I'll always appreciate the parts of me that they give to me. I appreciate them both and how much they contribute to who I am and the way that they are raising me. My mom. The face I smile and I want to see every morning, no matter the occasion or circumstance. The light in the tunnel through everything. She's been more special to me through every single moment of my life, to this very moment. From the moment that she had me to decorating the house on my 16th birthday, which she does every single birthday. Just perhaps not every movie night, because I'm pretty sure you were sleeping through those. Or distracting me from the movie. But my mom also never lets me forget where I come from, how long I was nursed, and how long I was nursed, and how much pregnancy weight she gained. Well, I know she misses that, but don't worry, I'll gain it back for you. Mom, I love you, and I honor you so much. My dad's a physically smaller version of me now. Being the first child, I know my dad would throw a bunch at me. And since I'm a competitor and passionate like him, I threw a lot back, literally and figuratively. He's the reason I can bounce back from a hard day or play my heart out in a sports game, because I know somewhere in the crowd he's watching. It's from the little things like handshakes and eye contact to his teachings about the hard work and how to fully live that make me who I am. Our relationship has been beneficial on both sides. In the big picture, we make each other better and we inspire each other. In the small picture, he used to let me win, and now I let him win. It's more important than he knows how every day we put love into each other's lives. I love and honor my father. When people are able to honor the previous generation, we build a strong humanity. My parents honor their parents as individuals, and I honor my parents as individuals. Generation after generation, the door of honor completes the Torah phase, that good values will live upon this earth. And that is why the fifth commandment, honor thy father and thy mother, spoke to me the most. Thank you.
Let's give a hand
All right. All right.
I'm going to ask the three of you to sit in the front row for a second. Go sit right there. I got a phone call this week, and it was a message left on my machine, and it said, Rabbi, oh, first of all, it started with the joke. Do you know why watermelon get married? Because they can't elope. Okay, and then Roy, did you know that one? Are you going to share that one with Sarah? No, you should. It would make her laugh. It is. I appreciated that. And then she said, you know, Rabbi, in July 1st, you will start your 20th year with the synagogue. And I think about that right now at this moment, because for you three, I've known you a very long time. And I love you and I respect you, and your lives are really busy, as they ought to be. And somehow you managed, with help from your parents and the scheduling goddess above, to be able to come to many of our confirmation gatherings, and I really appreciate that. And so I have a little gift for you each. It's really little. It's a certificate. Oh, no, I have more. Okay. So each of you is getting a certificate, right? But also you're getting, let's see, Amelia. Come on. Okay. Chase. Vivian. So you may wonder what's in here. I'll tell you. There's a beautiful book called I Am Jewish, Daniel Pearl, before he was executed in Afghanistan by people that were really suffering in their brains to do what they did, declared that he was Jewish. And so there's a book of little readings about what different people, contemporary people, have said about why they're Jewish, just as you have shared with us about yourself. And then there's $1 because I want you to give it away. The richest in heart people are the people that give away love, give away smiles, give away eye contact and support and way to go and high five. And so I want you to give that $1 away. Okay? Some of you are learning to drive. So there's a car mezuzah in your bag that you put in your car so that you just remember that we're with you. And then there's a chocolate chip sprinkled challah. Yours is vegan, completely so. Yours is not. And I think that that's what's in there. So we love you. May you remember to give. May you read. May you be protected. And may your stomachs be full. Amen. Okay. Love you. So please stand as I give them a blessing, and then the announcements will come. Come on up. Okay.
Where are we going?
Back to your first. I'd like to invite you to sit, and I would like to invite the president of our congregation, Roy, to come forward and share with us some announcements. You can follow along, I think.
Shabbat Shalom. What a wonderful service. It was really an honor and a pleasure to be here. Thank you, Rabbi Nancy. Thank you to our confirmation students for leading us. I have to say I particularly enjoyed hearing each of your confirmation statements. They were beautiful and meaningful. Thank you to Marianne for the beautiful flowers. To Rick for taking care of our technology. And I don't know how you sat through your own child's confirmation and you still were able to help the rabbi musically perform us. So thank you for that and lifting the Torah as you always do so well. Our own egg sponsors were this night's confirmation families, and thank you for that. And the Oneg tonight will be in the social hall. So if you're not seeing food on the way out, you got to turn around the corner, and there's lots of good food. I know I helped put it out. Tomorrow morning, 9 a.m., Torah study on Zoom, and that'll be followed by Yizkor. Shavuot, right? Always have Yizkor on Shavuot. 4 holidays that we do it? Good. So it's one of the 4, and that'll be led by Rabbi Nancy. We're having a big fundraiser called Raise the Roof on June 11th. You need to RSVP for it. It'll be a wonderful dinner with lamb, freshly cooked and donated by Mike Paulus, who has a lamb farm, as well as other wonderful food by our wonderful cook, always. So grab a flyer in the back if you haven't already signed up for that. That's at 5 p.m. on June 11th. It will be in the social hall. On that same day, from 3 to 4:30 is our annual meeting. And if you want to come and hear reports from the various different committees and vote for the slate of officers, which happens to look a lot like our current slate of officers, because people have agreed to stay on for another year for continuity. Plus, we have a couple of new members of our board, including one of our confirmation students. Thank you, Amelia, and thank you, Donna Huckleby, for donating Nez to us. So we will have 2 youth joining our board. Really exciting, both to get their input as well as just to really bring them in to the congregation in yet another way. Sorry, I went off cue, so now I have to find my place. Next Friday night, Shabbat service at 6, led by our Neshama families. That's what it says. Saturday, June 3rd, from 10 to 2, there's a community blood drive at Carmichael, and you can help save lives. And Congregation Beth Shalom, along with the Kiwanis Club, Carmichael Recreation and Park District, and Vitalant are all coming together to do that. So again, there's flyers in the back with more information. Please grab that. Jenny Jeffries and I think Donna Huckleby would like to remind you about our beautification project. If you have some extra filler soil, please donate it to the temple, and Jenny or Donna can give you more details. And it's used to fill our planters and bollards, where we're hoping to soon have some spring flowers in there. Fiscal year ends on June 30th, so if you haven't already paid your outstanding Teruma pledges, good time to do so, as well as mailing in your pledges for the next year. You should have received those in the mail. There's other dates that are included in your brochure there, so please look at those if I haven't already mentioned them. Obviously the food fair, I always like to talk about that. It's not till September, but that'll be here before you know it, and we need volunteers. Again, reach out to our food fair chairs, and they have a email that's foodfair@cbshalom.org. If you have some time, if you have some energy, if you just have ideas, we could really use all of your help. We're trying to make the food fair a little bit bigger this year, not just online ordering. We're actually going to have some music and some things that you can eat while you're there as opposed to just picking up and going home. But a bigger food fair means we need more volunteers to help run that. And then we need volunteers for fundraising committee to try and help us come up with other ideas for raising funds for the temple. So if you're interested, please reach out to me or to Jenny Jeffrey, and we would love to have you on that committee. Does anyone else have any announcements?
On the website for the food fair, there's also a link for Sign Up Genius. If you want to send an email, just click on the link, put your there, we'll sort it all out.
Great. Thank you, Rick. It will be a drive-through like other years, but that plus, a little bit bigger, we're hoping. So. Great. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. All right, everybody, we're coming down to the conclusion of our service. Please turn to page 586 and stand. All right. Where your photographs? Aleinu l'shapech l'adon hakol, l'teit gedula liotzer b'reshit, shelo asanu kigoyei harasot, velo samanu k'mishpachot adama, shelo samchokenu kahem, v'goralenu kechol hamonam, v'anachnu korim, u'mishachavim u'modim, lifnei melech mochei hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Shehu Noteh Shamayim ve'yoser haaretz, u'moshev yekaro b'shamayim mima'al, u'shchinatu zo, b'govhei meromim, Hu Eloheinu ein od, ememakenu efesulato, kagatu b'torato v'yadat hayom v'hashivota, Elevavecha, ki Adonai hu Elohim, b'shamayim mima'al, ve'al haaretz li'itachadeinod, v'ne'emar v'chaya Adonai, lemelech al kol haaretz, bayom ha'hu. Bayom ha'hu yeh Adonai echad, u'shemo echad. Please be seated. Dear friends, we turn in our Siddur to page 598, and we remember with love those who have passed within the 11 months. We remember Ronald Davis, Marianne Blumberg, William Joseph Loza, Louisette Brown, John Rice, Stanley Mendelson, Wendy Phoenix, Maxine Jacobson, Ann Ball, Laura Sender Lawrence, Judah Rosen, Elaine Kaplow, Carlos Garcia, Eric Friedman, Herschel Adler, Barbara Norman, Magali Grace Verano Apasoa, Murray Steingart, Gary John Newman, Ronald Claffer, Chris Bagoon, Cecile Ash, Chris Wynot, and Ethan Nava. And we remember with love those who died at this time. It's their yahrzeit: Kirby Ash, Avraham and Mary Azinski, Samuel Bagoon, Elizabeth Baumgartner, Gil Block, Irving Cohen, Murray Fink, Sarah Gomberg, Eska Halimi, Shirley June Harris, Eldridge Harold, Jim Hornack, Rachel Calamaris, Chad Pfeiffer, James Prince, Edward Sloan, Marvin Stern, Gertrude Stern, Laura Turtletaub, Phoebus Turtletaub, Max Wasserman, Dr. Paul Weiss, Bella Berkovich. Are there any other yahrzeits in our, or recent passings in our community? On Zoom, we stand as one community. We remember. Page 598. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei rabbah b'alma divrach chirutei v'yamlich malchutei b'chayei chon u'vyomei chon uv'chayei dechol beit Yisrael ba'agala u'bizman kari v'imru amen. Yehei shemei rabbah mevorach le'olam ul'almei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yithalal shemed kudusha brichu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbachata v'nechamata da'amiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya v'chayim aleinu v'akol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mramav. Hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu v'akol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. Amen. Please be seated. I'm going to invite our confirmants to come up. The last three lines of what we just said, come on up.
Shalom, b'roma, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael v'yimru amen. Shalom, b'roma, hu ya'aseh shalom. Shalom aleinu, ve'akol Yisrael v'yimru amen. Shalom, hu ya'aseh shalom.